And today, a special focus here on the channel on communities battling with gangsterism, like Westbury in Johannesburg. The community there is said to be living in daily fear. Last year, Heather Peterson was killed in the crossfire between two gangs. Let's pick up that angle with of the story now with ENCA's Masego Ratlaga. So, Masego, you're on the scene of a crime that happened there last year. It's also a crime that we reported in some detail. We know about this well. A year on, what's the aftermath?
Well, Jeremy, I am standing next to the passage where 45-year-old mother of five, Heather Peterson, was shot and killed. I'm going to move off of shot so that my colleague Debo Masilo can show you. This is the passage where she took her last breath, Jeremy. And if you remember, there were flowers that were laid there, wreaths that were laid there, crosses that community members put there, a lot of prayer going on. And up the road, actually not too far from here, is her home, Jeremy. So what people are saying is that there hasn't been much change, although there's been some sort of improvement since the tactical response team that was ordered by the police minister Begitele last year to make sure that they are present here. They are saying that there is some sort of improvement, but that more still needs to be done, Jeremy. There was an arrest, obviously 2 arrests in the Heather Peterson case, but that is still pending. And apparently, according to the police, when I spoke to them earlier, there's a lot of connections that they need to do. Sometimes it's not 1 or 2 people involved in these crimes, and that's how complex it is even for the police.
So you're suggesting that some improvement then has been made, but all of this, of course, is predicated on police visibility in the area. Are you seeing that?
Well, Jeremy, I don't know if they were prompted by us, but they do say that they've been here the whole day, the whole morning that they see us. They are driving in unmarked vehicles. Some of them are saying that they don't wear any uniform. But I'll just ask my colleague Debogo to pan again the other way, where you'll see some police vehicles. So we did see the TRT, and some of them are actually standing by the gate watching us as we do this live crossing. We did witness some of them actually searching some residents, making sure, for instance, that their vehicles are roadworthy and that there is no tampering in their vehicles. But Jeremy, if I could just ask you to just come with me. I'm going into a home. People here are very afraid to talk about the incidents that have happened. They want to hide every time we speak to them, so his identity will also be hidden. He's asked me to rather come into his house because he doesn't want to be seen by the public. He has lost a family member, a father-in-law to be precise, and he asked me to rather just come in here and speak to him. So you'll hear his voice, but you'll be seeing me instead of hearing him. So thank you so much for granting us this interview. Just first of all, I know how afraid you are of the public seeing you speak to us. Why is the community so afraid?
See, the guy, he has a lot of connections in the police force, and in other places he has buyer connections. And the thing is, how can I say, he's like he's a dangerous person.
Now, can you tell me, you were saying that your father-in-law also died not so far away
Yes.
from where Heather Peterson also died?
Yes. Priest Andrews, Colin Andrews, he was shot a few years ago in the leg. And because he was shot in the leg, he was a witness in an attempted murder case on himself. So he had to appear on the Monday. Then the Thursday of that same day, he was a case. So the Monday he was murdered because he was a witness in that same case.
How do you feel? I mean, I see your little boy is running around in the yard. How are you not afraid for his life as well?
Yes, he is, because the thing is, we can't allow the kids out anymore. As you can see how we built this place. It's like a jail that you can't get out. And the thing is, this one case, I don't understand why the law can't see. This one case, especially the attempted murder case and the murder, it is linked. And they're not linking it. They can see, obviously, there's a link between the 2 cases. So now why are they not doing anything about it? And I don't understand. This case is dragging on so long and so long. And they know exactly who it is. And then this same guy, they're always out of jail. Always out on bail, out. I don't know how they can allow people like them to get bail in the first place. Because he has previous murder cases as well against them.
When I spoke to your aunt last week in court, she said that she wants people to know that your father-in-law was not part of this. He was a priest, I believe?
Yes, he was a priest in the church, in the old apostolic church. He was he was a member of that church. And all he used to do was we merely sit outside in front of his house every day. Sit every day outside the door, worry with nobody, because merely he was involved in a drive-by shooting where they shot him in the leg, and now he was murdered later on. So I don't understand how can justice not serve, because this guy needs to go to jail, man. You see what happened now last with the court case, the other case. But why only now when something happened is the visibility of police in our area? There should be 24 hours every single day witness police surveillance around, because when something happens, then the cops are there. Now when nothing happens, there's no cops around. These guys are so clever. They wait just there be no police surveillance so they can do something.
Thank you so much for granting us this.
These passages here along the line, these are the main corridors for the drugs. Like you see on the corner, they're selling drugs here, up in the passage. So I don't know if they can help us by closing off all these passages along here.
Okay, so I'm just going to have to cut us there, Jeremy. I know I don't have any more time, but basically it's, people saying that they're afraid for their lives. And as you can hear from this man, I did speak to his aunt last week, Friday. She says her uncle, his family is actually in police protection because of this case that's ongoing in court. And she says that what happened to her brother was that he was shot. And after that, when he opened the case, they tried to make him drop the case. And when he didn't, he was suddenly murdered. And those are the stories that we're picking up from Westbury.
The problem is not just confined to Westbury. Maseko Ratlaka, thank you very much.